as promised, I'm going to stand up and give you the crotch shot. The No Fate channel, checking in. Today on this episode of the Supplement Review, I have 3 protein powders from BioHealth. The website is bionutrition.com. I have their strawberry shortcake and their whey protein isolate. I have their Precision Cafe. This is a coffee-infused protein isolate, mochaccino flavor, and then I have their Phyto Perfect protein and superfoods. Before I even get started, before I pop the tops on these and we dive headfirst into this powder, we make it look like a scene out of Scarface over here, I need to know from you in the comments below how you feel about grass-fed whey protein. Do you think it is necessary? Do you think it is needed? Or do you think it is overboard? And we're going to dive into that during my discussion of these proteins. If this is your first time to the channel, hit that subscribe button. On this series, I just review supplements to help you decide if it's right for you, to help you make the decision what's best for you and what is going to be worth your hard-earned money. First and foremost, the website is bionutrition.com, and I want to point out these bottles. I never ever will buy or steer myself towards a protein product or a supplement in general regarding how the product looks, how the bottle is designed. I will say though, however, typically with my experience, a nicer looking bottle tends to mean the company basically has their stuff together. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're a great company, but it just, on average, the nicer bottles do tend to mean that the companies are putting in a lot more effort into the bottles and into the product, and it ends up being just a better quality overall. So this is Phyto Perfect protein and superfoods. So the protein is coming from pea, hemp, chickpea, and rice protein. It is naturally sweetened, lactose-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and non-GMO. And of course, it is vegan. It's for you vegetarians, for you vegans, for people with milk allergies. Now, in terms of the superfruit and veggie blend that they put in here, which is nice, for 2 reasons. One, listen, we all need to get more vegetables into our diet. They have organic kale, broccoli, spirulina, spinach, turmeric, vitaberry, organic beet, cabbage, organic. Listen, they've got organic everything in here. So I will say that there's 2 sides of the coin of that. One side being the positive side. Listen, we can always use more greens, more fruits, more vegetables into our diet. So it's nice to see a protein that's putting that in there. The only other flip side I would say is if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, aren't you supposed to already be eating tons and tons of fruits and vegetables? I don't know. I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan, so please comment below if it is hard as a vegan to get, greens in your diet. Overall, I don't think it's a bad combination. The flavor here is peanut butter cookie, which is typically one of my favorite flavors as it comes to proteins. Let's quickly go over the macros and the cost because, of course, as usual, cost does matter as well. 1 2-pound bottle, 20 servings. 1 serving is 46 grams, so that is a pretty good sized scoop. 1 scoop, 1 serving, 180 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 7 grams of carbs, 0 sugar, 3 grams of fiber. That's really good breakdown. 28 grams of protein. If you are a vegan or a vegetarian, I will say it is important to do 2 things. Number 1, make sure you are getting enough protein in your diet. And number 2, which is the harder step, is to make sure that you are getting a complete full breakdown of proteins with respect to your amino acid profile. The next 2 I want to talk about are essentially whey protein isolate. These are slightly different, and we're going to get into how, but they have a pasture-fed precision iso, which is a whey protein isolate from pasture-fed cows. And obviously there's a big discussion with regards to pasture-fed cows or grain-fed cows in terms of meat, and it gets down into the protein powder. Let's just talk about it here. This is antibiotic, RBST, and RBGH, hormone-free, non-GMO ingredients. So clearly this is really meant for those of you who are concerned and want the highest of the high in terms of quality with regards to how your food is sourced. Obviously, when we do these supplements, we do them because of the convenience factor. Clearly, it's always better to get as much of your food from whole food sources as possible, but this is really pure of the pure. I mean, they're literally using milk from grass-fed cows. Now, do I think that is necessary? I'm going to go on a limb and say that it's probably not necessary. The reason is, I think after the processing of the whey protein is done, you're probably not getting much, if any, benefits of pasture-fed cows versus grain-fed cows. But of course, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, and I wouldn't I wouldn't really knock anyone who really wanted to go the extra mile with respect to actually getting a super pure quality protein. And I don't think you're going to get purer than this. So 1 2-pound bottle, 27 servings, 1 serving, 1 scoop, 34 grams, 0 fat, which is great, 2 carbohydrates, and only 1 gram of sugar, which is almost nothing at all. And then 27 grams of protein. Let's just quickly talk about cost. If you buy the 5-pound tub, and we know you buy more, you save more money, there's coupon codes. I'll have them set up an OFE 24/7 coupon code. You can get like 15% off. It brings this down to $1.21 per serving. And because there's 27 grams of protein, that is 4.5 cents per gram of protein. Is that high? Yes and no. So 4.5 cents per gram of protein across the board on all the supplements that are out there does tend to be a little high. The only thing I will say is that these are going to be niche products. These are definitely going to be on the purer form of the product because you're getting the protein, the whey from grass-fed cows, and of course that means more money. I would say if this is something you're into, this is something you're excited about, I wouldn't worry about the cost, only because there's a few ways to extra save money with regards to their bundling and regards to their subscription products that they have, but also, listen, if it's what you want, you should be getting what you want, and this is definitely the purest of the pure. The only difference in this bottle between this one and that one is that this actually has coffee in it. It's actually got coffee in it. The breakdown is almost identical. This has, per scoop, 1 more gram of protein. That's it. That's the only thing. And it has coffee. This is the mochaccino flavor. So this is something that you could have by yourself, or you could actually mix it into your morning coffee. I know a lot of people love to mix protein into their morning coffee. This actually comes in right around the same price as I already mentioned for the strawberry shortcake. How much caffeine does it have? This has about 30 milligrams of caffeine. To give you a reference point, the cup of coffee that you make at home probably has about 90 to 100. So this is a third of a cup of coffee. So clearly, if you mix it with your normal coffee, you might get a little bit extra of a boost of energy. Not by much. 30 milligrams comes in underneath is basically the equivalent of a green tea. It even comes in underneath a black tea. This Phyto Perfect Vegan protein and superfood comes in at $2.14 per serving with my coupon code, and there's a ton of ways to save money on the website. And I will say, when you buy niche products like this one, when you're really specific, you're really looking for something that's going to target your specific needs, you do tend to pay a bit more money, but oftentimes, hey, you get what you pay for. All right, we're going to pop the top on all three. We're going to mix all three, and then we're going to review this Phyto Perfect protein last because it says you should let it sit for about 60 seconds. For reference point, 8 ounces of water and a whisking ball in all three of these. I always use water. I always use a whisking ball just to kind of standardize my review process. I literally have protein all over my desk, but I've also got like a good half a scoop of this Phyto Perfect protein all over my lap too. I'll stand up at the end of this video so you guys can all get a good laugh, but it literally is everywhere. It's on this bottle, everywhere. We're gonna start off with the strawberry shortcake. Look it's even on the strawberry shortcake bottle, jeez. That's a really good strawberry shortcake. Oftentimes with these proteins, flavors, you see companies just kind of doing straight strawberry, and it gets old after a while. That one is smooth and creamy, and you definitely get that shortcake kick at the end. It starts off tasting like strawberry, and then, oh man, that little twist. That is a really good flavor, really smooth, and some solid macros, coming in with 0 fat and only 2 grams of carbohydrates and 27 grams of protein. That one is absolutely a solid flavor. So we're going to try the coffee, the mochaccino here. Definitely smells like a mochaccino. Let's see. Okay, they are 2 for 2. I'm actually kind of forgiving them for having a lap full of their protein powder. They are 2 for 2. So that tastes like, I want to say it almost tastes like a coffee ice cream. So let me just paint this picture for you. You've ever had coffee ice cream? At the bottom of that coffee ice cream, right, when it's all melted, kind of lapping up the bottom of it. It's that good. It's like, I used 8 ounces of water, and I could certainly see myself, if I really wanted like a mochaccino kick, to kind of come down to like 5 or 6 ounces of water. But I could absolutely see that mixed with a coffee perfectly. Peanut butter cookie. Phyto Perfect protein and superfood. Can they make it taste like a peanut butter cookie? They better, after having all this protein on my lap. I got to change my pants. Nope. Okay, 2 out of 3. What's the problem with the Phyto Perfect Protein? And again, part of the problem is we're comparing it to a whey protein. Clearly, it doesn't taste that good. When you have a protein powder mixed from like peas and brown rice and chickpeas and hemp, listen, it's really hard to flavor it, and they just didn't do a very good job of this, especially with all the greens that they have thrown in here. Final wrap up, 2 out of 3 from BioHealth, not bad at all. I've done 600 supplement reviews and I have high standards. As far as vegan protein goes, I would say there's a few good tasting ones out there. This one just isn't it. But keep in mind, unless you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you really shouldn't be using a vegan protein. There's a lot better options with regards to taste and bioavailability as far as protein supplements go. Just right off the top, this pasture-fed protein from BioHealth is really top of the top in terms of quality, and the taste is certainly there. Do I think you need to have pasture-fed protein? No, but if you're looking for the top of the top, if you're looking for top quality, and you want to really be assured that there's no shady stuff in your protein, hey, this one is certainly a good one to go with, and there's lots of ways to save money. As promised, I'm going to stand up and give you the crotch shot of, look at this. Look at what has happened to my desk. Yeah, I apologize for the crotch shot, but look, I don't understand how opening 1 bottle of protein can lead to like 4 scoops of it on your lap. This whole area needs to be cleaned up and vacuumed out, and I'm going to do that right now. If you came this far in the video, if you enjoyed the crotch shot, hit the subscribe button down below. As usual, thank you for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.
This channel is dedicated to my life as a father of 2 wonderful children, and it centers around health, fitness, and all of the tricks and tribulations that I go through to try to be a great parent to my children and still accomplish my own personal goals.